Good morning, guys. I'm just getting ready for the day. I haven't done my hair yet. My kitchen is a complete and utter state, but you know. But yes, forget your expensive beauty creams and things. Whilst they're nice and I do use them now and then, moisturiser that I mainly, well, I use two really, is Imperialis from Lush. I really like this one. I've used that one for quite a while. But at Christmas, my mum and dad, they bought me a Liz Earle set. I used to use Liz Earle all the time and I haven't used it for ages. And then my parents bought me a Liz Earle set for Christmas. So I've kind of been using a mix of the two. But for healing dry skin, I just don't think you can go wrong with coconut oil. I think it's the best. It's got so many different uses. You can use it on dry skin, eczema patches. You can use it as like a makeup remover. This giant jar, see, I put mine, I've got like a little eczema patch on my eyelid there, and I also have one here. So yeah, I'll put that there. I do sometimes put some elsewhere, like a bit on my cheeks or what have you. Oh, I've got some makeup smudge. You can use it as a makeup remover too, because it's an oil. And obviously you can melt it. You can put it in the microwave and melt it, and you can have easier to use that way as an all-over body moisturiser. But I just use it like that. Oh, I've got hair there. Or is it on the screen? Yeah, and it's just the best. So that ginormous jar cost me £3.50, I think it was, from Waitrose. You can get it in most supermarkets. It was on offer. It should have been £4.50, but that's still, like, literally, you can't even tell I've used it because I just literally, like, you run my finger over it, a little smear. So yeah, the Housework fairies did not come last night. It's like last night, there's a few dishes left over from last night and this morning's breakfast. And you know what? I just couldn't be bothered last night to do the washing up. I was just tired. I'm still tired now. It's like 7 a.m. We've been up since 5. John is upstairs reading the books to the kids. And we're getting ready to go out. This is another sad state of affairs. John made, oh sorry, that's dirty washcloth. John made me a cup of tea and it has gone cold, which is something, I don't know how I allowed it to happen, but yeah, it's it's a sacrilege. Yeah, like I use these cheeky wipes. I got them when we had daughter number 1. It's just like a handy box with loads of like face cloths in, basically, and I use them for grubby hands and faces instead of baby wipes, because I don't want to use tons of baby wipes. But yeah, sorry, you had to see a dirty one then. Gonna go to the allotment today. We've got a lot of plants now that need putting in. Yes, this is in my dining room. So we've got all of these sweet corns that are doing amazingly. Tomatoes. Down here we've got courgettes. So yeah, we need to kind of get cracking and put some in down at the allotment. So we've come to B&Q because it's back open again, which is like really exciting for us. We've missed B&Q. It's not that we're like massive B&Q fans. It's just that with the allotment and that, it's there's been a few things that we've wanted to get and we haven't been able to get them, like compost, because we have got our own compost bin, which we have been composting, but because we've sort of started late, we haven't been able to make as much compost as we need. And also like the soil at the allotment is, because it's like thick clay, we've got raised beds, and so we need more. So yeah, we don't want to buy loads because we don't want to waste loads of money, because otherwise, you know, like, yes, all right, it's fun to grow the vegetables, but it will take quite a return to get that back, although it's worth investing in the soil, and if we continue to have the allotment, then obviously it will pay back. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's an initial cost at the beginning. So yeah, we've been stalking B&Q because hoping they'll open. Our B&Q wasn't doing we couldn't get anything delivered to us, and also then they reopened doing click and collect, but our B&Q didn't open for that, and now they're fully open with like social distancing, which is good. So yeah, John's gone in to see, he needs some screws as well, because like everybody with all this time at home, we've been doing like DIY bits around the house and home maintenance, and you know, not a lot but little bits. So he needed some screws for the kids' rooms to put up some blinds, and some compost. So yeah, he's gone in, which is exciting. We also, on the way out, stopped in at Co-op, because we heard on the grapevine that Co-op had got flour back in, and they do. So we stopped off in Co-op on the way here and got some flour, which is really good. That is, like, I have to say, that's one thing that food wise that's been difficult to get is flour, and that has been like the one thing that we've really missed, because we do a lot of baking, and because we cook a lot from scratch, like Yorkshire puddings and bread and pizza and like burgers. I make a lot of burgers and falafels, and I put flour in them and things like that. Well, not falafels, don't put that one falafels, but burgers and things like that. So we have missed flour, so now we've got flour back in again, which is good. It's limited to 2 per customer, so we've got 2. So yeah, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day, so we're going to head to Allotment after this, and it still feels like really early. Before having children, I probably would still be in bed, or maybe just be getting up and having my breakfast. So it looks pretty much the same as we left it last time, although we've got a few weeds and grasses growing in the veggie beds now, which is a bit annoying. So John's just unloading the compost from the van, and he bought Litlin a flower to go near her mud kitchen, and she's brought her mud kitchen things with her, so she can actually play with them today. But yeah, some planting to do. So in this bed here, we've got this person who is emptying out the compost and filling up the bed there. And then John over in this bed, he is just doing a bit of weeding, ready for the next sort of compost to go in. So we're thinking of these 2 closest ones. We're going to put the closest to me courgettes in, and those 2 back ones we're going to put the sweet corn in, because they get taller. And then I've got another person just here who is playing with the soft compost, who thinks it's exciting. So I know you probably can't see this, guys, but I'm like super excited. I'm going to zoom you in. This is our eucalyptus tree in the garden, and see if I can zoom you in and see. Okay, so just let me see my finger there. Can you see just above my finger? There's that greyish, whitish thing. Okay, I'm super zoomed in. There, that there is a goldfinch nest, and those are the fluffy babies. We've got fluffy babies. The goldfinches have been around for a while though. We don't normally get goldfinches in our garden, but the neighbours do. But this year we've been inundated with goldfinches, and the other week John cut back all our trees and he found that nest. Can you still see it? It's there it is. He found that nest, and he was like, oh no, oh, there it is. And he was like, oh no, I hope they come back. There were no eggs in it, it was just the nest. But luckily, they laid eggs. And today was my first glimpse of the babies. I could hear like tweet, 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 tweet. The other day, the goldfinches make a sweep, sweep noise to each other. And I kept seeing like little flecks of white, like little feathers falling from the top. And so today I'm super excited. This is my first glimpse at the goldfinch babies. I'm sorry, I was too busy looking at them myself to even like check that I was still zoomed in. So yeah, super happy and excited by that. I kind of forgot I was vlogging today, so I probably should have vlogged this, but anyway, better now than never. We have these plant pots here with flowers on, and sort of aided by the children, a couple of the flowers had fallen off. And they were complete pat flowers, so I was like toying with pressing them. So actually I toyed with the idea of preserving the flowers either in a flower press, which we've done sometimes, or actually the best way I found for flowers is to microwave them. So you put a plate down in the microwave, then a layer of kitchen towel, then your flowers, then a layer of kitchen towel, and then your plate. And you just sort of microwave for like 30 seconds at a time, and then just keep checking on them to see how they're doing. So I was thinking about doing that, and I thought, no, let's do something else. So I went and I've got some like fabric cloths that I use as reusable, washable toilet wipes for number ones. So I've got quite a lot of cloth. These ones have not been used for toileting, but I had some, and I asked John if he'd got a hammer. I've seen this done quite a few times on the internet, and then last year, or was it early this year, I lose track of time, at the forest school that we go to, they did it there, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I'll show you what I've been doing. So you just basically get your two pieces of fabric, like so, put your flowers in between, and then you get a hammer, and then you like bash all over with your hammer, and then you peel it off. I'll have to peel it off not on camera because I need two hands to do that. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. This is the piece that had the flower face down on it, and it does still have the flowers on there. So you just need to just gently take off the petals like that, and then you're left with the flowers. And this was the piece that was on the top. So they're both pretty. Yeah, in a minute. Yeah, and so like they're both pretty, but obviously this is the better one. There we go. The flower has now all been peeled off, so you can see it here. So you've just got like very fine, and I've never tried it actually, but you might, if you wanted to do something with that, you might still be able to dry that. I don't know, but yeah, there's a pretty little piece of cloth that you could, I don't know, find a way to treat it so that the colour stays on. I actually don't know as to the colour fastness of this. So if you if you want to look, I guess suggest a Google search will probably give you some good ideas there. So yeah, pretty. Could either, I don't know, maybe if the colour preserves, you could perhaps use it as like a hanging decoration, or if you've got fabric squares, maybe a quilt. That would be really nice, like a quilt. We did leaves at forest school, but I don't know where it's gone now to tell you whether it's been how well the colour did. But interestingly, these little flowers that I used were actually pink. Okay, darling. These little flowers that I used just here were actually these pinky ones here, and as you can see, they've become purple. And the purple big one in the middle was these purple ones here. So they've retained their purple colour. Super pretty. And then this one was on the floor. I think Spudsy can have a go at doing this one. I'm not actually sure whether this one will work because it's white on white. So that will be a nice little experiment. Oh, the green bit's coming out. Oh, that's interesting actually. Look, the white bit is going a bit of a creamy green colour.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well done. So you need to hold it with your other hand. That's it. Hang on a minute. Right, okay, go on then. Big reveal. You pull it off. Gently does it. Oh. There we go. Then you're going to take off your flower. Wow. So the white flower came that sort of creamy colour. That's pretty cool.
Do the purple part here.
In the purple centre. That's really nice.
But I don't think you did the purple here.
That's pretty. I like that. So we're having a fake away tonight. What are you helping to make?
A lentil curry.
Lentil curry. Making a dal, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what ingredients do you need?
We need onion, garlic, and we need some coconut and lentils and garlic and mango chutney and onion. And chopped tomatoes.
Yeah. And then we're going to have, what we're going to have with it?
And we're going to have these with it.
What are they? Do you remember? Naan bread.
We're having naan bread with
Naan bread, yeah. So my little helper here has just peeled the onion, haven't you?
Yeah.
Good old Spudsy. And then you've got these amazing knives, haven't you? They're children's knives. That that's it. So you just it. So hang on, turn it round, darling. So hold it like that. That's it, and then you cut, that's it, saw it with like, you need to saw it. That's it. That's it, it's going all the way.
You cut the top off.
Yeah.
And you cut the bottom off too.
Yeah, they're really good, so they're kids' knives for cooking, but they can't cut themselves.
Do you want me to peel that?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll just, and then turn it over.
Peeling that off.
I say, don't worry about that. Can you leave that on, darling? Leave that on. That's it. So turn it around. Put your hand there. That's it. And then you. That's it. Hold it still. Has it been tough? Yeah, that's it. Well done. Do you want me to just help you a little bit with that? So I got these knives from Amazon, and they came in a set of 3. You just have to apply a little bit of pressure to them to sort of help cut, which is what we're working on at the moment, isn't it? But they're really good knives. If you've got little chefs who want to help you cook, then I really do recommend them. But you're not terribly keen on onion, are you? No. So to make them like super duper tiny, we're gonna just blitz them in the food processor, aren't we? So yeah, whack it in. That's it. So you don't have to cut it super fine, do you? Just some chunks. Being able to get ground cumin in the shopping. So we've got cumin seeds. Which Spudsy's just grinding up for me. And he did a sterling job there. Right guys, so I'm just doing a bit of washing up, right? And there I am, just looking out of my window, and we've got like rows of bungalows at the back of us, and I'll tell you, this lockdown, this village is getting a bit not ridiculous, but a bit kind of crazy, in as much as it's looking so pristine. Like, you can tell that everybody, like, I mean, there's quite a lot of retired people in this village, but with the lockdown, everyone's gardens are like really mown, and everything looks like really pristine, and it's yeah, it's like very super primped, and it's just funny because the neighbour directly in front of us, he was on his roof. It was a bungalow. He was on his roof the other day, scraping off moss. And then he went back onto his roof and he was like, I don't know what he was doing, like a wire brush or something. I don't know. But he was cleaning his tiles on his roof, like the slate tiles. And now I can see, like diagonally opposite, the other bungalow is, now he is on his roof cleaning his tiles, and I can see the ones he's done, and so the ones he hasn't done are like a dark grey colour, and the ones he has done are like almost white. They're like a really light grey colour, and I'm like, who scrubs the tiles on the roof of their house? I don't know, like I mean, this is the second or third time I've washed up today, and you know, I mean, I know we've got kids and stuff, and they are retired, but who has the time or the inclination to go up on their roof and scrub their roof tiles? You know, like, I don't know, how much does that man hate his wife? Like, I mean, that takes the that kind of takes like the potting shed to a whole new level, doesn't it, or the garage? Like, I don't know, but you can bet your bottom dollar, oh well, not bet your bottom dollar, you can guarantee that I'm not going up on my roof to clean my tiles. John's just got out in the garden with Litlin, so I can get away with like filming. You can't see his face, I've blocked his face out, but can you see like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of slates are like a different colour to the bottom ones? Maybe you can't, but yeah, he's been scrubbing. So there we go, there's our finished dal, all made by my little Spudsy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I thought I'd best just like end the video, kind of forgot I was vlogging, tired eyes. It's 8 o'clock and I'm just working, I'm just listing new collection in my shop. And then after that, I shall drink a can of Coke because that's what I look forward to of an evening. and then go to bed, because no doubt my children will be up at 5 o'clock again tomorrow. Bless them. Love them dearly. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us today. Bye, guys.